Welcome back on Dynamod. Today I want to propose you a video about the painting of my personal scheme of color for the Necrons and sketch building for the basis of the Necrons swarms. This is a way that you can personalize, so it's a suggestion on how you can use some of your sprues and so on and make them gain a useful way to use. So it's a suggestion. And about this with these swarms, Necrons ones, I think that it was perfect. So I decided to bring both these two teams together because there was a nearly nice occasion to bring you such argument. And so I began personalizing the base itself. So I cut the angles from a sprue, from the same sprue, so that I was able to have the same size about the depth and the thickness, and I could then glue them together because I wanted something that it was a bit more rough. So I decided to glue them together in such a way, and then I tried on the base different positioning so that I was able to adjust and trying to see which one I thought that it was better to use, so that it was a sort of ramp for my swarms of the Necrons. So I tried different options, and then once that I found something that it was, in my opinion, a really nice way, I glued on the base. Then I taken a bit of green stuff that I realized with a roller pin of the Necron from the green stuff world, and I tried to put it on the base so that I had a bit of theme about the Necron on the base itself, even if then it would be a bit covered. I really liked the idea to have something that it was themed based on the Necron one, and these roller pins are perfect to use in such a way. Anyway, there is a lot of free space on such base, so I decided to take a bit of tin foil and use it to create volume inside, so not to waste too much of the material that I then use to create the texture on the base. So I take it and I create a volume to put inside. Then I take a bit of vinyl or PVA and I use it to put it on the parts to keep everything together. I prefer in such cases to use the vinyl. I think that it's better than attack or other things. Then I use a toothpick to position it better on the base so that it can keep everything in the position. Then I've taken my favorite material to create the terrain texture, that is the snow of the Vallejo, and I put this material on all the bases, obviously keeping exposed the parts that was meant to be seen. So I put this on the base and I covered it. Obviously the volume in tinfoil was perfect to reduce the amount that I had to use, but the final effect it's quite nice. You need some time from a step to another step, so in the while I create another base using the sketch building technique. So I cut other pieces of the sprue and I glued it on the base using as a referral the swarms itself, so that I was able to understand where to put, so that I was adjusting the position. So in such a way I was able to create something completely interesting, because it's a way that you have a ruin. I used a bit of tinfoil to create also here a bit of, I can say, step that I could use to create a bit of volume, and so I was able to create some variant. Then it's time for my personal scheme of color, and I started from the black primer of the Vallejo to create the base of the model. Then I taken the lead belcher base of the Citadel to create the metallic parts, so I used it for the Necron swarms, so that I was able to have that metallic little color on the base that I really like, and I used it on the Necron swarms as base and on the beams of the base themselves, because I wanted that metallic luster also on the bases. So I used it on the beams that I created using the sprue themselves. So I was able to create this and use on the base so that I had that surface, that metallic part that was my theme as idea. And then I taken the Stonewall Grey of the Vallejo to create the border of the bases. Obviously you can choose which one you prefer, but I like such color for my bases, so I put on all the bases the border. And then I used the green ink of the value to create that color for the models that it was the one that I liked. Obviously you can choose another ink, another color, but I like this one, so I decided to put on all the models so that I had that light under it. And I used the same one for the bases because I wanted that the powder, the terrain itself were like illuminations similar to the Necron models, so I used this one. It's similar to my video about painting the Ethereal one, but this one perfect for the Necron. Then I taken again the Elite Picture base of the Citadel to give a really light dye brush because I wanted to keep that color that I given with the green ink, but at the same time recalling the metallic under, and I done it for both the swarms of the Necron and the metallic part that I wanted, the beams and base and so on, of the bases themselves. Then I taken the erratic green of the scale color 75 to create that light from the sensors of the Necrons, so I put it with attention, we using a thin tip of brush to put it on every part that I needed, and I done for both the upper part and the bottom part where there is the design, because I wanted to have that design lighted so that if I was changing the position I was able to see. Eventually remember that you can need more than one step to do this, so eventually redo it the times that you need. Then I taken again the Stonework Grey of the Vallejo to readjust the color of the borders of the base. Obviously you have to use the one that you chosen to create perfect one on the border so that it's clean. And now it's time to put the Necron swarms on the sketch building bases that we created for them. We go to remove the plastic pins under the models of the Necron swarms. Then we put the Necron swarm in position and we glue it on the base itself. Here we can see the final effect of one of the special sketch building that I realized, and I think that it's worth. Here we can see the other sketch building that I realized, and here the final effect scene complete one. As you see up here, you don't need to create every one with the sketch building and so on, but mixing such type of model with normal ones can make it really more nice to see all the units that you can create. So I think that it's worth the work that you do on such models. Obviously it's up to you, as my scheme of color it's working for me, but you can use your own one. But sincerely, using such type of option, I think that can be quite nice, cheap, and at the same time saving you some materials that otherwise you'd not use and create something quite amazing. Anyway, from Dino Mode it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again. To the next time.